welcome to another video of this series. So in this video we're going to display the budget entries that we have entered through our budget entry fragment. So to do that, we already have a function in the budget DAO. Let me show you once. Okay, we have a function get all data, which is returning live data. And in the budget repository we also have a function to get all budget entry. And if you go to view model, which is budget view model, we have this live data variable, which is all budget entry, which will be serving the live data through our UI. So we just need to deal with the UI stuff in this video. So let's go to the relevant fragment, which is reports fragment, and the first thing we need to do is to annotate this class as @Android entry point. There we go. Then we need to have a variable for budget view model. So let's create a variable. So private budget view model, budget view model of type budget view model by view models. Okay, and now we need to initialize the Recyclerview that we have inside our the XML file. So for that I'll create a function named initialize Recyclerview. So let's create that function. Okay, so first thing in this function we need is the Recyclerview adapter. So let's create a variable for that. So private var reports adapter of type reports adapter. We haven't created this class yet, so don't worry about that. For now let's focus on the initializing the Recyclerview. So go back to the function initialize Recyclerview, and here we'll use this reports adapter, and we'll initialize this in this function. So reports adapter, there we go, and we'll create the class later, so don't worry about that. Then binding dot RCV reports dot apply. Here we need to pass two things. One is a layout manager, that will be equals to linear layout manager, and as we are in the fragment we need to pass required context. And then second thing is adapter, which will be reports adapter. There we go. And now we can create this adapter class. So click on this UI package, and we'll be creating another package for adapter. So package adapter, and here we'll make a new Kotlin file or class named reports adapter. There we go, and we can import this class here in the reports fragment. And go back to reports adapter. Now we need to have this class as a Recyclerview adapter. So this class will extend from Recyclerview dot adapter, and this will be of type of a class that we'll create here, inner class my view holder. And here we'll be using binding. So item budget binding, there we go. Recyclerview dot view holder item budget binding dot root. Let me make some space so it is more readable. Let's take this down here. Yeah, there we go. And for now we'll leave this class empty, and we'll deal with this later. And here we need to pass reports adapter dot my view holder. There we go. And here we can import these three functions. Now we are going to use diff util to tag if to observe basically if anything changes in our Recyclerview. We need to observe that, and we are going to use diff util functionality instead of using the traditional item change listener. So first we'll make a variable for differ callbacks. So let's create the variable first. So private val differ callback, which will be equals to object diff util dot item callback, and we have items of type budget in the Recyclerview. So there we go. And in here we can implement these two function, our items the same and our contents the same. So in the first function, in our item the same, we can check if the IDs of item are same or not, because ID is something ID is a primary key in our database, so it will be different for each and every item. So we can check if the items are same or not using the item. So we just need to type return old item dot id equals to new item dot id. So if the IDs of two items are same, this will return in the R item same, and in the R content the same, we have to check if the items themselves are same or not. So we just can write return old item equals to new item. So it will check the whole item including ID, including the content, all the fields are same or not. Now we can create a differ variable. So val differ equals to, and this variable is basically used to instantiate AsyncList differ class. So async list differ, and we have to pass this and differ callback that we have created. That's it. Now let's go back to these three traditional Recyclerview methods. So in the let's first deal with get item count. So traditionally we would pass list in the constructor of the adapter class, but instead we are using differ functionality. So we have to return differ dot current list dot size. That's it. And now let's go to on create view holder. So there is no change in this method, so we can directly write return my view holder, and inside that it's item budget binding dot inflate layout inflator dot from parent dot context, and then parent false. That's it. And let me close the curly brace here. So this method is dealt. Now we move forward to on bind view holder. So here we'll write with holder with differ dot current list, and we'll pass this position, and this will have the item of budget. So now we can write item budget binding dot budget item amount dot text equals to amount dot toString, item budget binding dot budget item date dot text equals to, now we are saving dates in the database in the form of long. So we want to display dates in the form of string, so we can use date millis to string function that we have created, import that function, and we can just pass date dot too long, and this will convert the date into the string format and set it to the text view. Now item budget binding dot budget item purpose equals to dot text equals to purpose. There is a spelling mistake in the ID, so I'm not gonna focus on that, just so you know there is a spelling mistake. Anyway, item budget binding dot budget item purpose. Okay, we also need to set tooltip text. So tooltip text equals to purpose. Why I'm setting tooltip text is because if the purpose is too long and it cannot be fit into one line, I want to set it to the tooltip text. So yeah, and this will require the API level up above O. So we will just annotate this function with this requires API. Now in the case of credit or debit, if we want to display two different arrows, I already have those arrows images in my drawable folder, so you can fetch those images from the GitHub repository. Just check out the description for the link. So if credit or debit dot equals, so if it is credit, I want to display item budget binding budget item type dot set image resource. I want to display r dot drawable dot ic credit. Okay, we need to import r ic credit. There we go. And else item budget binding dot budget item type dot set image resource r dot drawable dot ic debit. And that's it. We don't really need to do anything else, and we can run this. Okay, what is the issue here? So private var reports fragment, so it should be initialized, so instead we'll change it to latenit variable. So yeah, that's it. We can now run our application, and we can see if the items of the database is displaying on the Recyclerview or not. Okay, that was stupid. Really stupid. I actually haven't fetched the items using the budget view model, so let's do that first, and we will actually create another function for that. So get all entries, and let's create that function. And in here we'll use this budget view model dot all budget entries dot observe. We can pass view lifecycle owner, and in here we just have to write reports adapter dot differ dot submit list, and just pass it because it is the list of budget entries. So here we can use this differ variable instead of traditionally in the Recyclerview. If you have watched my Recyclerview videos, what we would do is we would traditionally pass the list of items to the reports adapter in the constructor, and we'll display that list through the display the items of the list through that list. But as we are using differ variable, diff util functionality, we can directly call that differ variable, which is actually this one, let me just show you. This one is async list differ, and we can use this variable to submit the list, and we just pass it, which is the list of budget, to that, and it will submit the list and it will display the list in the Recyclerview using the adapter. So this is actually simpler and more efficient way of displaying the list of entries or list of anything in the Recyclerview. It also takes care of the changes that happen in the Recyclerview itself, so it is more efficient. So let's run our application and see if it is working or not. Okay, so the application is run, and now we can go to see reports in the bottom navigation bar and see if we have anything in the Recyclerview, and we do have entries. Not entries, we actually have only one entry. So let's try to add more entries and see if that comes up in this Recyclerview or not. So click on this enter budget. Oh well, this should take us to the calendar view fragment. So let's fix this first. So go back to Android Studio, open this menu, bottom nav.xml, and in here we can change this entry budget entry fragment to calendar view fragment, the ID. So it takes us to the calendar view fragment, because ideally it should take us to calendar view fragment when we click on this icon, and then from calendar view fragment we'll select a date, and it will then take us to the budget entry fragment to enter entry on that particular date. So yeah, it should work now. Let's run the application again. Okay, so go to see reports. Now go to enter budget, and there we go, it's on the calendar view fragment as expected. So now click on this any date and try to enter budget entry, and this time I'll credit, let's say my friend returned £100 that I lent to him. So friend returned this anyway, submit entry. Let's enter another one, £1,000. I bought really expensive wine from France, and it cost everything. Okay, the reason I'm writing this much is that I want to show you how tooltip works. So submit. Now go back to this see reports fragment, and as we can see, all the entries are here, and if I click on this text view, if I long press on the text view, it will show the whole text, whole purpose that we have entered. So that is why I am keeping this tooltip text functionality here, because I don't want to extend this view if I have a really long purpose of spending something, right? So I just want to keep one liner here in the view, Recyclerview, and then I want to show the whole purpose in the tooltip text, and it will work in each and every one. If the purpose is small, tooltip text will show up everywhere. So yeah, that was it for this video, and this is how you can basically use the differ callbacks and diffAsyncList to display the list of items in the Recyclerview. And in the next video we'll work on the filter of these budget entries. If you don't know what kind of filters we are going to use, I'll advise you to watch my first video of this playlist, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and press the bell notification so that you get the notification whenever I post a new video. And if you like this video, please give a like and share it with your friends who are interested in Android development. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.